Hey guys, how are you? So this is me, Samaysar Jain. Well, welcome to my channel, and all of you who are new to my channel's name is Samaysar Jain, Samaysar space Jain 4559, and S caps, okay? S capital Samaysar Jain 4559. This is my YouTube channel. So to all those who are new to my channel, please I kindly request you to please do subscribe to my channel, and please hit the bell icon. Well, today's topic is little bit interesting. As you can see, 6 reasons why India is better than Indonesia. Now, why am I doing this comparison? Because see, since my childhood, though I was born in India, though I was born in Karnataka in India, I have been raised abroad, both in Indonesia and in Singapore. So basically, I have actually completed all my schooling in I've done all my schooling in Indonesia, in Jakarta, and after that I've done my college and my university and my degree course in Singapore. So before going to Singapore, the first 12 and a half years of my life, I was actually brought up in Indonesia. So now comparing these two countries, one more thing, after this video, I'm also going to make another video where I'll be discussing in what ways Indonesia is better than India. But then first in this video, I'll be discussing with you what are those 6 areas, or what are those 6 reasons as to why India is better than Indonesia. So I've taken down the notes, just in case I don't forget any points. So I'll just explain to you each factor. Okay. So please bear with me till the end of this video, and please do watch this video, and please like and do share it with, share this video with as many people as possible. Okay, so here it is. I'll just remove my hairband. Okay, so coming with the first point, the first reason why India is better than Indonesia is the diversity of India. Our Indian motto is unity in diversity, and it is a fact, no country in this entire world is as diverse as India. When it comes to being diverse, there is no country which is as amazing as India. India is a very unique country in this entire world, where we as a nation, we are currently I think 32 to 33 different states are there. And India being one nation, and within this one nation we have got more than 30 states, and each state has got its own culture, its own food, its own custom and tradition, its own fashion, its own festivals. So I mean, not only Indonesia, but then no country is as diverse as India in this entire world. So one of the word which truly describes India is diversity. That's why our Indian motto is unity in diversity. Whereas in Indonesia, yes, I mean, see, Indonesia is also a very amazing country. It has got a very rich history, and in fact, lot of Indonesia's culture is actually influenced by Indian culture as well. In Indonesia there is this place called Bali. In Bali there is a majority Hindu population, and in fact lot of many things from the Vedic tradition, and many things from the ancient Hindu tradition. All these practices are being practiced in Bali, in Indonesia. But then overall speaking about Indonesia, Indonesia is basically it is 90 to 95%. Today it is a Muslim majority country. But then overall it is a very amazing country. And you know what, of course, even in Indonesia has got 5 different islands. Indonesia, there is Java, okay, there is Java, Sumatra, Sulawesi, Irian Jaya and Kalimantan. So these are the 5 islands in Indonesia. But then though Indonesia has got a lot of different cities, and overall Indonesia has got 5 islands, but then still most of the Indonesian culture is more or less the same. People's lifestyle, the way they celebrate their festivals, and their and their special occasions, etc. all these are, pretty much, all these are 90% the same, all these are 90 to 95% the same throughout Indonesia. But then whereas here in India, every state, each and every state has got its own tradition, own culture, own fashion, and its own festivals. Let's say, for example, in Kerala we have got Onam, in Karnataka we have got Makar Sankranti, in Tamil Nadu we have got Pongal, and even I think here in even here in Maharashtra it is Makar Sankranti. And and let's say even West Bengal, they have got their culture. So what I'm trying to tell you, each and every state, is like a different country. India is a very big country, and within India there are more than 30 states. And within India, if you travel to each state, it is as good as traveling to a new country. Let's say, for example, you travel from Karnataka to Maharashtra, and then from Maharashtra to, let's say, West Bengal, and then from West Bengal to Chhattisgarh, and from Chhattisgarh to Rajasthan to, let's say, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, whatever. Every state you travel to in India, you will feel like it is a new country. So India, though it is one country, you can experience different cultures, traditions, and you can experience the feeling of going to 33 different countries within India. This is the level of diversity, in India. So the first point why India is better than Indonesia is due to its diversity. There is no country in the world, not only Indonesia, there is no other single country in this entire world which is as diverse and as amazing as India when it comes to diversity, and having so many different festivals, different lifestyles, fashions, etc. But yet we live together peacefully as a nation. So this is the first reason why India is better than Indonesia. Now coming to the second point, which is one second. Now coming to the second point, of course, tasty food. I mean, India has got one of the best food ever. I mean, who does not love Indian food? Of course, I mean, these days, even a lot of Western food are also amazing. And to be very honest, I'm also a fan of both Indian and Western food. But then what? All the what do you say? All these spicy masalas, the Indian spices, the Indian red chili, Kashmiri lal mirch, and all the masalas which we use in our food, all those spices and all those Indian ingredients, all those Indian herbs, spices and ingredients which we use in our day-to-day life. I mean, Indian spices are the best in the world, and Indian food is the most delicious food. I mean, what? Anyone who eats Indian food, they will say that, you want to know, anyone who tastes Indian food, they will say that the best example of what tasty food is equal to the Indian food. So don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that no other country's food is good. Every country is unique in their own way. Every country has got their own types of food, which is both tasty and let's say moderate. But then overall, I'm telling you, when it comes to the taste, when it comes to the deliciousness of the food, no food in the world is as delicious as Indian food. So like in every country, these days there are Indian restaurants, a lot of Indian masalas, all those palak paneer, paneer masala, paneer butter masala, tofu masala, and kurma masala, you name it. One more thing, even in foreign countries, a lot of people, in order to make their food taste better, some people, they use Indian spices. Like I have heard that when I was living in Indonesia, I was mainly staying in Jakarta in Indonesia, and like sometimes I would travel to other islands of Indonesia. Like once I had traveled to Sumatra, and there actually I met one Indian man, and this one, he was a Sindhi, by the way. And he used to tell me that there is one Japanese restaurant in Indonesia, in Sumatra. There is one Japanese restaurant. The restaurant is actually meant for Japanese food, but but in order to make their food taste better, many of them, they use Indian spices. So people are using a few Indian spices while preparing Japanese food in a Japanese restaurant in Sumatra, in Indonesia. So basically, a lot of people, even for many different countries' food, in order to make their food taste better, they are actually using our Indian spices. So just by this you can imagine, how fortunate we are to be born in India. I mean, see, we have got first of all, as I told you, we are the most diverse country in the entire world, and secondly, we have got the most delicious food on this planet. I mean, if you want to experience tasty food, means you should try Indian food. I mean, India, see, that too in India, every state has got its own food, and every state, see, all the masalas, all the ingredients, and all the herbs, all these are same throughout India. But then, using all these ingredients, every single state in India, they have got their own speciality. For example, in Rajasthan, they have got their dal bati. Here in Maharashtra, we have got puran poli. In Karnataka, we have got idli vada sambar dosa, and etc., etc. Every state has got its own specialization. Okay, every state has got its own specialization in a certain food. But overall, the food in India is amazing. Whereas in Indonesia, they have got their traditional Indonesian food, which is not bad. Which is, honestly speaking, I have tried a lot of I have tried a lot of Indonesian food, and obviously which are vegetarian, of course. Of course, me being a Jain, I don't take non-veg. So in Indonesia, I have tried all those food which are vegetarian, and to be honest, it is not bad. But then still, if you compare them to the Indian food, you can't compare. I mean, Indian food means like oof. Even in Indonesia, a lot of my Indonesian friends, they tell me, whenever they hear the name of any Indian food, their mouth starts to water. जो भी मेरा इंडोनेशियन दोस्त है, जब भी वो कोई भी इंडियन खाने का नाम सुनते हैं ना, उनका मुंह में पानी आ जाता है. ऐसा मेरा कुछ इंडोनेशियन दोस्त कहते थे मुझसे. So what I'm trying to tell you, the second reason why, see, Indonesia has also got amazing food. Yeah, one more thing, guys. India has got the most delicious food, and in fact, India has the most delicious vegetarian and vegan food. One of the most fortunate things about India is, see, today we are a population of more than 1.4 billion people, and yet majority of our country are actually vegetarians. You might think that a lot of Indians are actually eating non-veg, but then that is only, see, let's say even 10% of more than 1.4 billion people is a very large number. So even let's say if 10% of our country are eating non-veg, I mean that number is still very high. That's why we feel that too many people are eating non-veg. But the fact of the matter is, India has got a majority vegetarian population, and of course, as good human beings, as good moral and ethical human beings, we are actually supposed to be vegetarians. We should have compassion, sympathy, and empathy for animals, and therefore we should be a vegetarian. And one more thing, the taste, actually the real taste is in vegetarian food only. One more thing I'd like to tell you, most of us think that non-veg is very delicious, but let me tell you, the non-veg is only delicious due to the vegetarian ingredients which are put on it. If you just take any meat, let's say those people who eat chicken, let's say those people who eat chicken, mutton, sheep, whatever it is, if you just only take the raw meat, if you take the raw flesh of the animals, even if you smell it, you will vomit very badly. That bad, that is how bad, that is how intensely the meat really stinks, and that is the reality of meat. Those people who, those people who love to eat non-veg and meat, if you ever try eating just direct raw meat, or let's say raw flesh of any animal, you won't be able to do it. It is that horrible. The only reason why you say, wow, tandoori chicken, oh, mutton biryani, oh, so delicious, you know why? It is all because of the vegetarian ingredients which are put on that. All these delicious, these kurma masala, palak paneer masala, and all these, what do you say, that channa masala, pav bhaji masala, chaat masala, and of course including oil, salt, Kashmiri lal mirch, and all these chaat masala, etc., etc., all these pure vegetarian ingredients. When these ingredients are put on the meat, and then when the meat is cooked, that is why it seems as if the meat is delicious, but actually meat is not at all delicious. Real taste is in vegetarian food, and vegetarian food is in reality, vegetarian food is more ethical. Vegetarian food is way less violent, and the fact is, vegetarian food being more healthier, being less cruel, and being what do you say, more essential for our human body, vegetarian food is actually the real delicious food. And vegetarian food is actually the one that is supposed to be consumed. So instead of putting all these, instead of using all these vegetarian masalas on all these non-veg stuff, why don't you why don't you use these, why don't you put all these vegetarian masalas on let's say paneer, on tofu, and on let's say tempeh cubes. So what I'm trying to tell you, instead of using these masalas on meat, instead of that, use these masalas on other vegetarian products. Use these masalas on other vegetarian products and vegetables, and eat a very tasty, healthy, and a cruelty-free vegetarian diet. So what I'm trying to tell you, the real taste is all due to the vegetarian ingredients. So meat by itself is not tasty. It is the vegetarian ingredients which makes the meat to taste, like tasty, etc. Okay. So don't worry, guys. This was just basic general information which I gave you. Okay. So I was discussing the second point as to why India is better than Indonesia. So the second reason is tasty food. See, don't get me wrong, Indonesian food is also good. Indonesian food is amazing, and even the vegetarian food in Indonesia is good. But still, when you compare it with when you compare it with Indian food, okay, when you compare it with Indian food, no food in this world is as tasty and delicious as Indian food. So the second reason as to why India is better than Indonesia is due to our tasty food, due to all our what do you say, ancient Indian herbs, and even all the Indian spices which we use, due to which we have got amazing taste. So the second reason is tasty food. This is why India is better than Indonesia. Now coming to the third point. The third point is, all 5 seasons. See, India is the only country where all the 5 seasons are available. Whereas in Indonesia there are only 2 seasons, summer and monsoon. गर्मी और बारिश, गर्मी और बारिश, गर्मी और बारिश. सिर्फ ये दोनों मौसम है इंडोनेशिया में. So there are only 2 seasons in Indonesia, which is summer and monsoon. So either you will be feeling really hot, and the moment the hot season, or let's say the moment the summer season ends, there'll be like heavy rain, and too much of rain. So summer and monsoon are the only 2 seasons which are there in Indonesia. Whereas here in India, we have got all the 5 seasons: summer, winter, autumn, monsoon, spring. सारे के सारे 5 मौसम, all the 5 seasons are here in India. So one more fact about one more fact of life is that in every country around the world, in some countries either it is too hot, and in some countries either it is too cold, and in some countries either it is too hot and rainy sometimes, like in Indonesia. And let's say some countries, they might even have 4 seasons, but no country in this world has got all the 5 seasons. There are some countries which have got 3 seasons, some countries which have got only 2 seasons, like Indonesia, summer and monsoon, and some countries which have got even 4 seasons. But there is no country in this entire world, unlike India, where there are all the 5 seasons. India is the only country in this entire world where we have got all the 5 seasons: summer, winter, monsoon, autumn and spring. All these 5 seasons comes only in India, in this entire world. That is why we say, ये जो हमारा भारत देश है, ये 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 देवों का ज़मीन है. Our country India is actually a very heavenly country. ये actually देवता की ज़मीन है, देवता की धरती है. Our Indian soil is actually the soil and the land of devtas. And of course, as we all know, even all our 24 Jain Tirthankars, they have attained nirvana, they have attained moksha from India. So that is why our Indian soil is a very sacred soil. And India being the only you can say a very heavenly country. This is the reason all the 5 seasons comes here only in India. So even while comparing Indonesia and India, as I told you, in Indonesia there are only 2 seasons. Either it is very hot and very rainy. So only summer and monsoon is there. Whereas here in India, all the 5 seasons are there. So this is the third reason as to why India is better than Indonesia. Now coming to the fourth reason. So what I told you, okay. First reason was unity in diversity. Then I told you tasty food, okay, unity in diversity, tasty food, and the third point was all the 5 seasons. Now coming to the fourth point, it is film industry. How can we forget our great Bollywood film industry? India has got the second largest film industry in the world after Hollywood. And one more thing, guys, the only reason why today Bollywood, the only reason why Bollywood is the second largest film industry in the world is because due to the number of audience. If you talk about the number of movies being produced every year, India produces the highest amount of movies every year. So in terms of number of movies produced per annum every year, then when it comes to the annual number of movies produced in a country, Bollywood has already overthrown Hollywood. Bollywood produces more number of movies per year as compared to Hollywood. The only reason why Bollywood industry is called the second largest industry is because due to the number of audience. Though the American Hollywood movie industry produces a little bit less number of movies as compared to the Bollywood film industry, but yet they have been able to receive a greater number of audience, or let's say the Hollywood movie industry has been able to receive a much larger audience as compared to Bollywood film industry. That is why even today the Hollywood film industry is the number one largest film industry in the world. But then don't worry, very soon Bollywood is going to Bollywood is even going to overthrow Hollywood even in terms of audience. Just like how today Hollywood has got a greater audience, very soon even Bollywood film industry, one day we will have a bigger audience than Hollywood as well. So yes, so here the comparison was the fourth reason as to why India is better than Indonesia is due to our film industry. We have got a fantastic film industry, lots and lots of opportunities, tons and tons of opportunities. And I mean, our film industry is one of the reasons why our country is is also able to generate a very big income for our Indian economy. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that our film industry is the only reason, but it is one of the very big reasons. Like one of the biggest contributors to our Indian economy is, one is, the Parsi community, the Parsi community, the Marwadi community, the Jain community. So all these are factors which contributes a lot to our Indian economy. And even our film industry is one of those reasons why our country is able to generate a big amount of, why our country is able to generate huge amounts of wealth per year, okay, per annum. So speaking about the Indonesian film industry, to be very frank, even the Indonesian film industry is actually growing. I mean, in the last 9 to 10 years, the way the Indonesian film industry has has what do you say has upgraded itself, the way they have worked systematically within, I think within the next 10 to 15 years. I mean, I'm not saying that the Indonesian film industry is going to be as big as Bollywood industry, but in the next 10 to 15 years, one day will come where even the entire world, they will recognize that, wow, there is something called as Indonesian cinema, there is something called as Indonesian film industry. See right now in our right now in this world, what are the top three well known film industries? First is Hollywood, which is the American film industry. Second is Bollywood, which is our Indian film industry. And third is Nollywood, Nollywwood, Nollywood. And Nollywood is the film industry of Nigeria. You might be shocked. See Nigeria as a country, Nigeria, it is actually it's a country in Africa. And it is still got the country overall, it has got a lot to do before becoming a developed country. Nigeria is still a progressing country. And in fact, I mean, like, even if you check the HDI index, if you check the Human Development Index on Google, Nigeria is one of those countries, which still needs a lot of improvement. As a country, you can say Nigeria Nigeria might not be so developed, but when it comes to the film industry, Nigeria is the top third biggest film industry in the world. I mean, Nigeria has the top third largest film industry in the world. So first is Hollywood, the American film industry. Second is Bollywood, our Indian film industry. And third is Nollywood, the Nigerian film industry, which is Nollywood. Okay, so as of now, these are the top three film industries which are actually well known in the world. But as I told you, the way in the last 10 years, the way the Indonesian film industry has actually upgraded itself, I'm very sure within the next 10 to 15 years, or let's say after 15 years from today, one day will come, just like how Hollywood, Bollywood and Nollywood is there. One day even the entire world, they will recognize the Indonesian film industry as well. So Indonesian film industry is growing. And to be honest, even Indonesian film industry has got a lot of opportunities. But as I told you, when you compare it with our Indian film industry, it is obvious that our Indian Bollywood film industry is in fact much larger, and it has got more opportunities. See, in the types of movie we produce, okay, let's say in the type of movies we produce, let's say when it comes to how well we enjoy Indian movies and Indonesian movies, to be very honest, even Indonesia makes amazing movies. Indonesia also makes a lot of action movies, adventure movies. and even romantic movies. But then even Indonesian action movies, they are really amazing. You need to watch them. When I was in Indonesia, I have watched a lot of Indonesian action movies, and trust me, it was worth watching it. Watching Indonesian action movies is really worth it. You will truly enjoy it. So I'm not saying that Indonesian film industry is very much behind. No, Indonesian film industry is growing, and it will, it will. It is going to be one of the world's well-known film industry in the future. But comparing it with Bollywood, I will say Bollywood is much larger, okay, in terms of movies produced per year, and of course even in terms of audience, Bollywood is much larger, and Bollywood has got much more opportunities as compared to the Indonesian film industry. So the fourth reason is our great Indian film industry. So the fourth reason is our film industry as to why India is better than Indonesia. Now coming to the fifth point, the fifth point is, of course, stronger military. Our country India, we have got a stronger military than Indonesia. See, the Indonesian military, it is the top 16th most powerful country in the world. In this entire world, if you check the GFP, global firepower is actually, it is the military ranking of all the countries. So our Indian military, we are the top fourth most powerful country in the world. First is of course US, then second is Russia, and third as of now it is China, and fourth it is India. So after US, Russia and China, India is the top fourth. India is the top fourth most powerful country in the world in terms of military. So when you compare our Indian military to the Indonesian military, our Indian military is much stronger. Our Indian military is at least, okay, I will say at least, हमारा जो इंडियन मिलिट्री है वो कम से कम 10,000 गुना इंडोनेशिया से ताकतवर है. Our Indian military is at least 10,000 times more stronger and more powerful than the Indonesian military. I'm not saying that Indonesian military is weak, not at all. Indonesian military is the top 16th more powerful, is the top 16th most powerful country. I think the top 10 most powerful countries are, first is US, Russia, China, India, then fifth is UK, then sixth I think it's France or South Korea. Okay, so sixth I think France is sixth, and South Korea is seventh, or maybe South Korea could be sixth and France could be seventh. So I'm little bit confused here. I need to check on Google later. But then okay, so sixth or seventh it is either France or South Korea, okay, and then eighth I think it's eighth is Italy. Eighth is Italy, then ninth is Brazil, and then 10th it is Israel. Okay, so these are the top 10 most powerful countries. US, Russia, China, India, UK, France, South Korea, Italy, Brazil and Israel. These are the top 10 most powerful countries in the world. And I think from 11th to 15th, from 11th to 15th I need to check again, but then this much I know that the Indonesian military is the top 16th, 16 Sola. The Indonesian military is the top 16th most powerful country in the entire world. So Indonesian military is definitely strong. I mean, see, out of 196 to about 200 countries, almost about 200 countries, Indonesia has got the top 16th most powerful military. So that is a very good score. That is a very good ranking. So Indonesian military is amazing. It is strong. It is powerful. But if you compare it with our Indian military, is the top fourth most strongest military in the world. So therefore, the fifth point as to why India is better than Indonesia is because of our Indian military. So we have got a stronger military as compared to Indonesia. So this is the fifth point. And the last point, which is the sixth point, is India is a nuclear power. See, Indonesia does not have any nuclear weapons. There are only I think roughly some 7 to 8 countries in the world which possess nuclear weapons. US, Russia, China, Israel, UK, France, India, Pakistan, and North Korea. Yeah. So these are the 9 countries which actually have nuclear weapons. And out of these 9 countries, only Pakistan and North Korea, out of all these 9 nuclear powered countries, Pakistan and North Korea are the only 2 nuclear countries, which are actually considered to be the most irresponsible nuclear countries. See, the nuclear program of Pakistan and the nuclear program of North Korea are the only 2 nuclear programs in the world which are the most irresponsible nuclear program. But all the remaining 7 nuclear programs, including our Indian nuclear program, so basically our country India, our nuclear program is one of the most responsible nuclear program. So totally there are 9 countries which have nuclear weapons, but out of these 9 countries, only 2 countries, Pakistan and North Korea, their nuclear programs are irresponsible, whereas all the remaining 7 nuclear programs, including our Indian nuclear program, so we are a very responsible nuclear powered country. So now comparing India with Indonesia, see, Indonesia does not have a nuclear program, okay? Indonesia does not have any nuclear weapons, whereas India, here we have got nuclear weapons. So that's it, guys. So these are the 6 reasons. I'll just tell the 6 reasons in just in one go. Unity in diversity, tasty food, all the 5 seasons, a bigger and a larger film industry, a stronger military, and having a nuclear program. So these are the 6 reasons as to why India is better than Indonesia. These are the 6 reasons as to why I mean, these are the 6 areas where India has an upper hand as compared to Indonesia. So in this video I've discussed the 6 reasons why India is better than Indonesia. In my next video I'll be discussing what are the 5 reasons as to how Indonesia is better than India. वो कौन सा 5 area है? What are those 5 areas in which Indonesia is actually better than India? This I'll be discussing in my next video. So please, till then, keep watching, keep liking, keep sharing, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. And once again, my channel's name is Samaysar Jain, S-Caps, okay, S-Caps, SAMAYASAR space JAIN 4559, Samaysar Jain 4559. This is my YouTube channel. So please watch my videos and please share my videos as much as possible, and please do subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to hit the bell icon. And anything you want to say, please let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please take care, be safe, and have a nice day. So I will just end this video over here, and very soon I will catch up with you with my next video, which is what are those 5 reasons as to how as to why Indonesia is better than India. So as of now, I hope all of you enjoyed this video. So please have a good day. Thank you, take care, and see you all very soon. And once again, wish you all in advance a very happy Diwali 2024. May God bless you, and may God bless you with good health, great wealth, and a very prosperous life ahead. Thank you.